All right, so we're all set. Let's do this. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you're all doing well. If this is your first time on this channel or watching my channel, you're not going to learn anything about painting. This is a really particular, a special kind of a program where I basically just share what I do in my studio while I'm painting. I paint in a place called Le Pigeonnier. I live in southern France in the city of Nice, and I am part of the French artistic squat movement. And the building I'm working in is called a squart. It's a mixture of two words, which makes this really weird word, squart, which is basically the combination of the words squat and art. And basically what we do is, because of the high prices it is to rent a studio space. Now, not so much for a painter, because you can always paint out of your living room. I've done it for many years. But basically for other kinds of artists. Imagine you're a musician, or you work in a theater troupe, or you're a dancer in a dance troupe, or you're an acrobat. It becomes quite tedious to rehearse, either because you're making too much noise for the neighbors or everything is too expensive. So basically what we do is we invest in buildings that are either going to be torn down or sold, and we invest in them and give them a second life. We turn the building into new studios where people basically can work and live out their lives. Now, this place where I'm in now, Le Pigeonnier, we've been around for 19 years. We're going on our 20th year, and it's been pretty awesome. So basically, we have the whole building. We have 6 flights of studio space. On our first floor, we decided we'd turn the first floor into a gallery space. So we have a large gallery and a smaller gallery. And like that, we can invite artists from the outside to come in and have an art show. And at the same time, that brings in new blood, new visitors. And then during the opening, we open up our studio, the whole building, all our studios, we open them up to the public for the visit of that particular art show opening. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, everything, all the other flights are basically studio spaces. There's either 2 or 3 studios per flight. For example, here, let me just show you. For example, on my floor, I have my studio here. And then if we go across the hallway, we have the studio of Francois Nazika, who's a painter. He's not here today, but this is basically his workspace. And here's going to move too quickly because I know this can become quite pixelated very easily. So I'm just going to try to do a 360 so you have an idea of his studio. To be honest with you, I've never seen his studio as clean as it is right now. Usually he has so much artwork all over the place that you can barely move in here. But apparently he has cleaned it up so he can work more easily. So that's how basically this building is set up. We are heading back towards my studio. And of course we have our flight of stairs, which leads to the bathroom over there. So that gives you a little idea of how our building is located. And over there is my my kind of kitchen, which is very practical to wash my paintbrushes. And then why not? I might as well show you my living room. This is kind of the living room area where I can kick back and have a few drinks with my friends after work. And my mural. So I'll do a 360, go by slowly. Today's going to be a very short stream because I am going to start a brand new painting. So basically what we're going to do is just size up the new painting and add a coat of gesso to it. And we'll basically be done for the day. So there you have it. This is my little studio space. And we can come back to over here. I'm just going to roll this up. Well, maybe I'm going to just step back 1 second and take a look at the painting. Because honestly, every time I finish a painting, I always try to time it on a Friday so that Monday we can start with a fresh new painting. And I never take the chance to actually look at the finished product. I work on the painting for several weeks and then eventually roll it, put it in the back room, and that is it. Let me put this in the back room, bring out our fresh canvas. So I have my storage room back here, which is very practical. That looks pretty straight. I have a little bit of this canvas that I'm going to cut right now. Take this off. There we go. But these factory canvases with gesso on them, it's like painting on glass. The paint just slides on there and it's a nightmare. I found that out once, never made the mistake again. So I'd rather take an afternoon, waste an afternoon, and just put another, coat of gesso. So normally when you have a canvas that's stretched on a frame and you want to put the first coat of gesso on it, you always start from the center and you work your way towards the outside corners. Like that, when the canvas dries, it pulls everything together and makes it like a drum, nice and tight. But when you're stapling your canvas to the wall, it already has a coat of gesso on it. It's obviously not that important. But I'm still going to do it that way because that is the proper way to prime a canvas. And why change something that works? Okay, so let's do this. Just going to start in the middle and work my way to the edges. So if you're looking at this stream on YouTube, I want you to know that I do it live. I try to aim for 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook. So if you ever want to join me on the live show, well, just go to Pierre Davis Dutrex, as it says in the notices below, and come and join me. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll join me tomorrow as we start this new adventure. I have no idea what yet, but that will be tomorrow's problem, not mine today. Anyways, I'm going to leave you like I always do. I'm going to leave you with my schedule and by saying, ciao mes amis.